So in this session, I'm going to discuss how to install Django. How to install Django. So let's understand how we can install Django. Okay, if you want to install Django in your system, first of all, you need to make sure Python is already installed in our system or not. So what is the first step? Step number one, make sure Python is already installed in our system. So before going to install Django in your system, you have need to make sure Python is already installed in our system. How we can make sure? So you can type a command Python space -- version. Okay, check. You can open the CMD command prompt. In the command prompt, you can type the command Python space -- version. Once you type this command, now you can check here, it's showing the Python version. If it is showing Python version, then we can say Python is already installed in our system. If Python is already not installed in your system, so you need to install the Python first of all in your system. Now, here Python is already installed in my case. Now we're going to install the Django. So now in step 2, we need to install the Django. So install Django. How we can install Django? We can install Django by using pip command. Which command? Pip command. Using pip command, we can install the Django. And here we need to write a command pip install Django. Just we need to type command pip install Django. So this command we have need to type to install the Django. So go to the CMD, open the CMD, and here you need to type command pip install Django and just press enter. Once you press enter, it will install the Django in your system. In my case, already have installed, so I'm not going to press enter, but you can use this command to install Django in your system. Okay, after installing the Django in your system, you need to check whether Django is installed or not installed. So how we can check? So we can write here command py -m Django and -- version. Let's press enter and check here. Now it's showing the Django version. If Django is installed, once Django is installed in your system, you can type this command to check whether Django is installed in your system or not. So how we can check after installing the Django whether Django is installed successfully or not? So we can use step number 3. So to check Django version, we need to type command py -m Django space -- version. Okay, now once Django is installed, it's showing the Django version. Okay, once you have installed the Django, now you can create a project. You can create Django project or application. So let's understand first of all what is a Django project and Django application. So let's here we try to understand Django project versus Django application. What means sub Django project? Django project is nothing we can say collection of application and configuration which forms a full web-based application. Project is nothing. Project we can say is a collection of multiple files and folder. So similar here we can say a Django project is nothing. Django Django project is a collection of applications and configuration which forms a full web application, web full web application. Just like suppose I want to create a bank project. So bank project, this is a one, yeah, bank project. And now, so suppose project is nothing, we can say project of collection of application. What means of collection of application? What means of application? Let's say just like here, we have application, bank application. We have which application? We have bank application. Under this bank application, suppose we have this application. Under this application, we have several modules. Just like we can say login application, register application, polling application. So Django application is nothing we can say is a part of your project. A Django application is responsible to perform particular tasks in our entire web application. So one in a web application is collection of application. Project means nothing. Django project we can call as a collection of application. Let's understand, suppose we have bank application, bank project. We have created which project? Bank project. So under bank project, we can create several sub application. So bank project, we have created one bank project. Under bank project, we can create several applications like login application. Yes, no, using that you can perform login activity. And you can call registration application. Yeah, you can say account application, account opening application. Yes, no, account opening application. So such type of application you can create under your project. So we can say application is nothing. Django application is responsible to perform any particular task in our entire web application. So Django application is responsible, we can say a Django application is responsible to perform a particular task in our entire web application. So Django project means it's collection of application and configuration which forms a full web application. So Django project is nothing, collection of application. What is the application? What is a Django application? Django application is nothing we can say is a module. Yeah, we can say which is responsible to perform a particular task in our entire web application. Just like loan application, yes, we have application, yes, loan application. So within a bank project, we have one application, loan application. Loan application actually what perform loan related activity, loan related specific tasks. We have login application, we have registration application. So under bank project, we can create several application like loan application, registration application, polling application, yes, such a type application we can create. Polling application, etc. So project means we can say project, if you talk about project, Django project equal to we can call as a simple word several application plus configuration information. So Django project is nothing, collection of application and configuration which forms a fully web application. The Django application can be plugged into other projects. These are reusable. Okay, now next question, how we can create the Django project? Let's understand now how we can create the Django project. So how to create the Django project, the Django project. So let's understand how we can create a Django project. So once we install Django in our system, we will get one command, Django admin command. So let's understand what's the use of Django admin. Actually, once you have installed Django in your system, you will get one command, Django admin. Let's understand. So once we installed Django in our system, we will get one command. That command we can call as a Django admin. Django hyphen admin command. Which command? Admin command. So this command, actually Django admin is nothing. This is a command line tool. Command line tool. After installing the Django in your system, you will get Django admin. What is the Django admin? Django admin is nothing, is a command line tool which helps to create our Django project. So Django admin is a command line tool which can be used to create our Django project. So using that command line tool, you can create Django project. So remember this point, after installing the Django in your system, you will get Django admin. Django admin is nothing, it is a command line tool that helps to create Django project. So using this command line tool, we can create our Django project. Now you can go to the command line and here you can check here, you can type command Django admin. So you can check here Django hyphen admin. Once you type this command and check here, guys, now this will show several applications. Django admin, it will show several sub commands. You can check here. You can use Django admin. Under that, you can check here. Here we have one command, start app, yeah, start project. You can check here. So you have one command, start project. If you want to create a project, the Django admin command line tool will provide one command, that is a start project. Using that start project command, you can create the Django project. And here you can check it. If you want to create an application within your project, you can check here. Here we have start app command. Let's first understand the use of start project command. So how we can create Django project? We can create Django project using Django admin command line tool. This command line tool you will get once you have installed the Django in your system. So you can type command Django hyphen admin, and then you can use start project. Now it has one sub command, start project. And then you can give the project name, whatever project you want to create, you can give the name of that project. So let's now we try to understand how we can create a project using Django admin command line tool. So here, first of all, I'm open our E drive. Here we have open F drive. So in my system, we have C, E, and F drive. So we move to our F drive. So here we have open F drive. And from here, we open CMD. So just type the CMD and we open the CMD. First of all, I'm going to create one directory. Under that directory, we are going to place all our Django project. How we can create a directory? So you can write a command mkdir. And here I'm going to give command Django projects. So all Django projects I'm going to place under this directory. So let's press enter. Once directory is created, now we need to move to our directory. So now here we need to move from app drive to which directory? I need to move app drive to app directory to Django directory. How we can move? Using cd command. Cd stands for change directory. Using this command, we can change directory. Let's paste that directory name in which you want to switch. So now you can check after press enter, you can check here. You have to switch to which directory? The Django project directory. After switching this directory, now we need to write a command to create a project. So which command we need to use? Django-admin. This is a command line tool that we will use to create the Django project. Django admin space, I need to use which command? Start project. I need to use start project sub command of this command line tool to create a project. Start project and then give the project name. Let's here we give the project name first project. I'm going to create this first project. Let's press enter. If you press enter, now you can check here. Now you can check here. It's not showing any error. It means project is created. Now you can go to your app drive and go to your directory. Under that directory, you can check here. So what is the directory name? The Django projects. So here we have the Django projects. We need to check the Django projects. The Django projects. We need to search here the Django projects. You can check here. This is a Django project. Open this directory. You can check here. Now under this directory, now you can check here. Here we have created one project with the name first project. Now project is created. Now you can open this folder. If you open this folder, you can check here. Under this folder, we have one file manage. You can check it. This is a Python file manage.py. Under that, we have one more folder first project. And again, we open. Under that, we have several Python file. What this file we will discuss later on. But first of all, we need to understand here how we can create a project. So once you have create a project, you can check here. Once you type this command, the Django admin start project, what happened? You can check here. Let's we understand the Django admin and I give the project name first project. What to give the name? First project. So this command actually it will create one project with the name first project. So the following project structure will be created after executing this command. After executing this command, following structure will be created. So actually under F drive, yes or no? Under F drive, we have one directory. Which directory? The Django project directory. Which directory? Project directory. Under this directory, you can check here one folder it's created with name first project. Under that first project, you can check here. Under that first project, we have one file. Which file? We have one file manage.py. You need to remember, once you have created a project in your current directory, under that directory, whatever project name you have given, with that name, one folder is created. One directory is created. Under that directory, you have one file manage.py file, and you have one folder also that is a first project name of folder. And under that, you have several Python files. We have one file settings.py file. We have url.py file. We have one file with the name url.py, urls.py, and we have one file wsgi.py file, and we have one file init_py file _init_.py. So after creating this command, after executing this command, following project structure will be created. This is the following structure will be created. Here you can check here this following structure will be created. First project, yes, no, you have manage.py file. Under that you can check here. Here you have __init.py. If you open this file, you can check here this file is a blank file. So it is a blank Python script file. Because of this special file name, the Django treated this folder as a Python package. Actually, you can check here. In Python, you have already learned in Python, any name which have before starting name we have two underscore symbol and after name we have two underscore symbol. That is a special name for a Python. So init underscore init, it is a blank file. It is a blank file. So let's understand init dot py. Yes or no? This is a blank file. We can say it is a blank Python script. This is a blank Python script because of this special file name, because of this special file name, Django created this folder as Python package. So one important point you need to remember also. What the important point? Remember this point. If any folder contains underscore init dot py file, then only that folder is treated as Python package. If any folder which contain underscore init underscore dot py file, then only that folder is treated as a Python package. That folder treated as a Python package. But remember this one more point. But this rule is applicable. This rule is applicable until Python 3.3 version. So this rule is applicable only till Python 3.3 version. So if any folder which contains underscore init.py file, that only folder considered as a Python package. But this rule is applicable until Python 3.3 version. Now you can check here. Go to your folder. This is the first project, and here we have one file setting.py file. If you open this file, you can check here. There are several settings defined here. The Django setting for first project. Yes, no. There are several settings here defined. So what is the setting.py file actually basically contains? Setting.py file actually, in this file, we have to specify all our project settings. So in our project, whatever setting we have required, so all the setting in our project, we need to define under settings.py. Under setting, that is a very important file because lot of configuration, lot of setting that we need to do in our project. Those settings we need to write down under setting.py file. So setting.py file contains all settings for our project. So in this file, we can say in this file, we have to specify all our project settings and configurations, whatever configurations, yes, no, like which type configuration, like installed application, whatever application we have installed, yeah, middleware configuration, yeah, database configuration. Suppose I need to configure database configuration, yeah, any middleware configurations. So any type of configuration you have required to define, you need to define under setting.py file. Database configuration. In simple word, we can say setting.py file contains all setting and configuration related information for our project. Our project, whatever setting, whatever configuration we have required, those configuration and setting we are going to define under setting.py. So we have need to remember whatever settings.py, what contains setting.py contain all the setting and configuration for our project, whatever is required. And here you can check here we have one more file url.py. And here you can check here in this url.py, we have URL patterns. Actually, web application you can access through the URL. Suppose if you want to access Facebook, how you can access? You need to type the URL in the browser, then only you can access. So how whatever application you have created in your application, you have several views. So how you can access? You can access through URL pattern. So url.py file, actually here we store all our URL pattern for our project. So our project, for our project, whatever URL pattern is required, yes, no, all the URL pattern I am going to define under url.patterns file, URLs. So here we have one more file, url.py file, which contains all URLs that are required for our project. So here we have one more file, urls.py. We need to understand use of this file also. So this file what content? Actually here we can say we have to here we have to store all our URL pattern. We can say our URL patterns of our project. So in this file, we need to store all URL pattern that are required for our project. Actually, for every view in Python, if you talk about view, for every view means web page. View means we can call as a web page. Yes, no? Web page. So for every view, we have to define a separate URL pattern. Separate URL pattern, separate URL pattern, separate URL pattern. End user can use URL pattern to access our page. So end user, we can say end user can use those URL pattern, to access web page, to access web pages, to access web pages. And now here you can check here. Here we have one more file. Go to your project folder. You can check here. Here we have one file, one more file, WSGI. WSGI. WSGI means Web Server Gateway Interface. So here we have one more file. Now understand that file also. Which file? WSGI.py file. ws.gi.py file. WSGI. It stands for Web Server Gateway Interface. We can use this file while deploying our application in production on online server. Actually, this file we need to use whenever we want to install our application, whenever we want to deploy our application in production environment. So we can use this file while deploying our application in production online on online server. And now we have one more file. You can check here. Here we have one more file. Which file? Very important file. You can check here once you open a project. You can check here. We have one file, manage.py file. If you open this file, this is a main. Yes, you can see. We can see this is an entry point. Yes, manage.py file. Actually, this most commonly used Python script is a manage.py file. Actually, it is a command line utility to interact with the Django project in various ways, like to run deployment server, run test, create migration. Yes, no. So this file will help to run our server. So what is the use of manage.py file? Manage.py file, we can say the most commonly used Python script is manage.py. Most commonly use Python script is manage.py. So it is a, we can say, it is a command line. It is a command line utility. It is a command line utility to interact with Django project in various ways, like to run deployment server, run tests, and create migration. What is a migration? We will discuss later on, no worry. Just like suppose you can think way, suppose if you want to start a server, yes, no. If you want to interact with server, you need to run the development server. To run the development server, manage.py file helps. Using manage.py file, we can run the server. So now we understand how to run Django deployment server. So let's understand how we can run Django deployment server. So then you can understand more better what is the user manage.py file. So here now we're going to discuss how to run Django development server. How we can run. Let's understand. So once you create a project, if you want to run our project, so how we can run? So we have to move to the manage.py file location, manage.py file location, and we have to execute the following command to run our project. Following command. Actually, manage.py file has to run deployment server. Development server can be run using manage.py file. If you want to run development server, first of all, you need to move to manage.py file location, and then you can execute following command. Which command? Py space manage.py, and then you need to write down run server command. Which command? Run server. Now this command what does? It will run your server. Let's understand. So now, okay, you can check here. Go to your CMD. Now you can check here. Here we have created a project. Yes, no? Now after creating this project, now project is created. Now we want to open this project in our VS Code. How we can open this project in our VS Code? If you want to open this project in our VS Code, you can type command code space dot. Just type this command. So this command, what does? This command basically open your project in VS Code. Now press it and check here. Now you can check here, it open VS Code. Now it opening VS Code file. You can check here, VS Code is open. VS Code is open. Now you can check here. Now you can check your project in VS Code. Your project name is you can check your first project. Under that project, you can check there is two files. One is a file manage.py and one folder is first project. Okay, if you want to run now, so you can use command py, and then you can write manage. You can type command manage.py. Okay. Now, first of all, this is you need to move to where? Okay, before going to run server, first of all, we have to move to manage.py file location. Where manage.py file is available, you can check here. Manage.py file available under first project. So now from our current directory, you need to switch to our project directory. What is the project directory name? First project. You can type command cd space first project. Now press enter. Now from here you can run this. So let's now which command we need to write down? Py manage.py and run server. We need to write command run server. And just you can press enter. Now you can check here. Now your server is started, and now you can check here. It gives one URL. You can check here. It gives one URL. This is the URL, and you can copy this URL and paste in browser and check. Let's we copy this URL. So we have to copy this URL and go to the browser. We need to go to the browser. In the browser, yes, you can type this URL. Now you can check here, guys. Your project is a run. You can check here. So once you run this, you can check here. This is the port number. By default, it's running in which port number? 8000 port number. And now this is you can check default screen. Yes or no? Now here you can check here. You can read the install worked successfully. Congratulations. So you can run your project from CMD, or otherwise you can open your project in VS Code, and you can run your project from VS Code terminal also. Okay, let's how we can run our project from VS Code terminal. Okay, after creating the project, now you can check if we have switched to our project directory. Now this project we need to open in our VS Code. If you want to open in VS Code, you can type command code space dot. Just type this command. Now it will open your project in VS Code. You can check here. Your project will be open in VS Code. What is the project name? firstProject. And now here you can check here. Here we have three dot symbol. In the menu bar, you can check here. There are three dot symbol. In this here, you can click in this menu three dot symbol, and here we have terminal. You can select new terminal, and now you can check here. It will open one terminal, and check here in this terminal. This is your project location. Okay, if you want to run your project, you can run from VS Code terminal also. So which command we need to write down? py space manage dot py, and then we need to write command run server, and press enter. And you can press enter. Now you can check here. Now project is run. If you want to send a request to the browser, how you can send first request? Just copy this URL and paste into the browser, and now you can check. So this is a way to create a project and run our project. So you can check here. Here we have typed which command? py manage.py run server command. Now server is started. After that typing this command, server will start. Now we can say the server started. Okay, after that, now how to send first request? How to send first request? How to send first request? How we can send first request? So we can send the first request to just by open browser and send a request by typing by following URL. Following URL. So what the URL? This one is the URL. Using that URL, we can send first request to our project. So this is a way. Here we have understand how we have created project and how we can run our project. I hope you will understand. Thank you.